up, you guys? It's WLX. Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a voiceover get ready with me type makeup video. So yeah, and this is my cute little chip mug. Isn't it the cutest? And I'm going to bite a cookie right here, and I don't know why this is still in the video. I just don't know, but let's just start. So to prep the skin, I'll be using the Mario Badescu spray. This is the aloe, cucumber, and green tea one. The rose water one isn't necessarily my favorite just because I like the way roses smell, like actual roses, but to have anything rose scented isn't my favorite. So yeah. And oh, I'm also watching Netflix as I record this, and next to my Netflix is my mirror, so I'm going to be looking to the side a lot, just to let you know. And so for foundation, I'll be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in soft beige. And just to blend it out, I'll be using the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. The sponge is super good, and it's like $5. Pick it up if you don't want to spend $20 on a real beauty blender. So I'm just going to spread this out all over my face and then just blend it out. Next is concealer, and I will be using the Ulta Full Coverage Liquid Concealer in the shade Light Warm. I like this concealer. At first I was like really impressed by it, but then it finished really quickly. Like I got to the bottom of the bottle like super fast. So you can see, like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but on my face, like, I'm kind of like there's not that much concealer, just because I was like scraping the ends of it, because I don't know, it's just really weird. And I still see concealer at the bottom. Like I can't reach all the way to the bottom, so I won't be repurchasing it. I just don't like that. Oh, and then one thing I do sometimes when my like concealer dries quick, and I do this with my Tarte Shape Tape because that concealer dries really quickly and it's really dry, I spray my Mario Badescu spray and then blend it out. And then for powder to set the face, I'll be using the Airspun Loose Face Powder in Naturally Neutral. I like this face powder. It's my first time actually using it because I'm like super late on the bandwagon and I just picked it up. But I think it irritates my skin because I've gotten a lot of texture and a lot of bumps all over my eyes. And I think it's because of the scent inside the formula of the Airspun. And I just poked my eye and that really burned. I remember like I was freaking out because I was like, no, you can't mess up. You're recording. And then I'm going to just set the whole face with the Airspun powder as well with the big fluffy brush. And then going into contouring and bronzing the face, I'm going to be using the Beauty Treats contouring palette with an angled brush and just dipping into a couple of the shades there and putting it under my cheekbones and the perimeter of my face. So next I will be doing blush. I'll be using the blushes from the Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette. The two blushes I will be using is Rose Spritz and Amaretto. Rose Spritz is luminous and then Amaretto's matte, but to mix them both, it's just like a beautiful combination. It's so beautiful. You can see the luminous from Rose Spritz and then like just a really pretty tint from Amaretto. Favorite blush combination ever for sure. Next, I will be doing eyebrows. This is just my Brow Wiz. It's completely empty. I'm just using the spoolie to brush through my brows. Come on, girlfriends, stop watching Netflix. You got a video to record. How embarrassing. And I saw a couple of hairs, so here I'm just plucking them out because that's what I do. I pluck my eyebrows. I don't get them done. Haven't gotten them done in like years. But anywho, I'm going to just brush them out and continue to do them. The product that I actually use for my eyebrows is the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Chocolate, which is actually I've like gotten to the bottom of it. Like I can get away with the shade, but I think I need like a darker shade that's too warm for my eyebrows. I need something cooler. But I just line the outsides of my brows from the tail and then start filling it in from the tail and slowly working my way to the front of the brow. I always try to create that more of ombre natural type look, so that's how I do it this way. And I'm just going to take a quick sip of my coffee here to get to the most exciting part of the video. It's eye look time. I'll be using the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette and also be using my Modern Renaissance palette. These are two of my favorite palettes of all time. The shades, the formula, everything is perfect about them. So first I'll be using that brown like tan shade to use as a transition shade in the crease with a just nice fluffy brush. Okay, so I'll be using the Modern Renaissance palette, and here I was just showing you that I'm using the actual brush from the palette. And so I'll just be mixing the shades Burnt Orange and Realgar, just to like mix a really nice dark orange into the crease. I want this really dominant and really to define the crease, so I'm just putting this directly into the crease. I said crease like 10 times, but yeah, I'm just using that brush because it's a little bit smaller, as in like the fluffiness of it. And then I'm gonna go into back to Burnt Orange, just to blend the edges of it. I don't want it too harsh, but I still want it to be defined. And then going in with an angled fluffy brush, I'll be using the shade Red Ochre and Cypress Umber, mixing those two shades to get more of a brick shade, to put this in the outer corner for some definition and some smokiness. And I apologize again for watching Netflix. I was watching Grey's Anatomy and it was going intense, so I apologize for that. And here I'm just going back into the first fluffy brush that we used with no additional product and just blending out the edges. And then going on the other side of the Anastasia brush, it's like a little like pencil brush. I'm going to go into the first shade that we used from the Kathleen Lights palette, that little tan shade. I'm putting this all over under the lash line and just going to start the lash line with that shade. And then going in with a more like pencil brush, going into Cypress Umber just for some definition. And I was blowing out the fallout because this palette has a lot of fallout. But I would just be putting this in the outer corner of the lash line and just blending it out with that brush that I first used, the Anastasia brush. And just doing the same to the other eye. And then with a small little like flat shader brush, I'm going to go into the matte cream shade of the Kathleen Lights palette. That shade is like my favorite brow bone shade ever. It's literally like the perfect shade. And I'm just going to be highlighting the brow bone with that shade. And then also I will be putting it a little bit into my inner corner just to add some brightness for the shimmery shade we're about to put later on. And then going in with another little like flat brush, I'm going to mix in both Vermeer and Primavera for the lid shade. So I'll be using this on the lid. It's like my favorite lid shade. I like mixing them both together because they come out with like, it comes out with like a really champagne shade. It's really pretty. And then I also will be putting a little bit of Primavera into the inner corner and a little on my brow bone just to add some highlight. You can never have too much highlight. And for mascara, I've been using this Lash Sensational Curvitude mascara by Maybelline. and I like it. It's kind of good, but it's kind of like not that good. Like I really love it, but I don't know, like it's kind of weird. Like sometimes it makes my eyelashes so clumped that it's ridiculous, and I can't like take the clumps out. And then sometimes it makes my eyelashes look beautiful, like super long and voluminous. So I don't know, it's good, but it's kind of weird. But for highlight, I will be mixing 2 highlights, I believe, right? Yeah. Well, first I'm using the So Hollywood by Anastasia, one of my favorites. And then, yes, the Tarte Pro Glow palette. I'll be using the strobe shade. These 2 palettes, or these 2 highlights, are like my favorite. And to combine them both just creates my perfect highlight, literally. It's so pretty. And then I'll be using my NARS Ita brush to apply the highlight. Alright, we're almost done. Now we're going into the lip shade. I just stayed with something neutral. I could have done a darker lip, but I didn't. But it's still one of my favorite lip colors. This is the ColourPop and Kathleen Light's collaboration. This is the shade Aquarius. It's my favorite nude shade ever, like ever. And this formula, like the cream formula from ColourPop, is just so good. But I don't know if you guys can tell, I love Kathleen Lights. Hey guys, so hope you guys enjoyed it. I actually truly love how it came out. I was just going with the flow. I knew I wanted something warm because I wanted to wear this cardigan. It's just like a burnt orange cardigan, and I wanted to wear it, so I wanted something to go with it, but it wasn't exactly this color, but I wanted very similar color, very fall vibes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I love how it turned out. So this is my first voiceover tutorial. Hopefully it came out good. But that's the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you like me and like my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!